Welcome to Cam Look, your daily dose of the Cincinnati Art Museum. Each weekday, a staff member or volunteer will be sharing an object from the permanent collection and posing questions for discussion. Please check back at 10 a.m. every day for a new work and a new conversation. My name is Kristen Vincenti, and today we will be looking at the Cincinnati Art Museum's painting by George Inness, Near the Village, October. George Inness came of age during the formation of the Hudson River School, whose artists viewed nature as a manifestation of the divine and strove to represent it as faithfully as possible. However, Inness distinguished himself from this group in the profound degree to which philosophical and spiritual ideas inspired his work. Ultimately, he became the leading American artist-philosopher of his generation. Inness's first international trip in 1851 took him to Rome and Florence, where he stopped in Paris on his return to New York. In Paris, Inness attended the Salon and, for the first time, saw paintings by Barbizon artists, including Theodore Rousseau, pictured here. Beginning in the 1870s, a number of American artists took a cue from these French painters working near Barbizon and developed a preference for more unified, intimate, suggestive images of nature. Their leader was Inness, who produced some of the most powerfully expressive landscapes of any American of his generation, such as this one by Inness titled Across the Campagna, done in 1872 with a view of the Campagna south of Rome and in the collection of the Metropolitan Museum of Art. Near the Village, October is one of an impressive group of refined and contemplative works from the last few years of the artist's life. Inness embraced the Swedenborgian religion, which emphasizes correspondences between the natural world and the world of the afterlife. The tenets of Swedenborgianism are not manifested literally in Inness's paintings, but the late works in which the physical appears to be dematerialized seem to resonate with his faith. Inness chose to set many of these works in autumn, when nature's colors are most radiant, and often preferred the sharply contrasting light and shadow of late afternoon. Near the Village, October is distinguished by dense pigment, bold hues, flattened space, and compositional divisions into horizontal bands punctuated at deliberate intervals by vertical lines. These features create an asymmetrical decorative pattern that prefigures the abstract paintings of the 20th century. Old age failed to slow George Inness. During his last decade, he visited the Adirondacks, Niagara Falls, Nantucket, Virginia, Georgia, Chicago, California, Montreal, and England. He spent the winter months in Tarpon Springs, Florida, where the tall, nearly branchless pine trees inspired such acclaimed works as The Home of the Heron, seen here and in the collection of the Art Institute of Chicago. The unbridled energy that fueled these trips is evident in the many accounts of Inness at work in his studio, which often focused on his physical engagement with the process of painting. His membership in the Society of American Artists, founded in 1878 to challenge the authority and traditionalism of the National Academy of Design, underscored his commitment to expressive painting. His progressive stance accorded too with his involvement in Henry George's single tax movement and his profound concern for workers' rights. Inness's body of work, which comprises more than 1,150 paintings, watercolors, and sketches, remains an extraordinary testament to his lifelong devotion to landscape painting and his ongoing search for fresh pictorial techniques. Be sure to check back Monday at 10 a.m. for another look at a work from the Cincinnati Art Museum's permanent collection.